Howdy folks, Craigster Senior Hot Nuts Diecast. We're going to get into some driver introductions here for the old Southern Pro Stock Skirmish. Let's do a few driver intros and we'll get ready to start this thing. getting ready to start the skirmish here. Just wanted to recap real quick the way this race is going to be run. It's not a seated bracket like I did the 67 Camaro race. This is going to be a timed event, so each car is going to get one run in each lane, and the seating here is going to be just a random draw. I'm picking names literally out of a hat or numbers, and that's how they're going to run. They're just going to be random pairings, and your best time is what's going to be recorded, whichever lane that happens to be ran in, and then the best or top 32 cars will move on into round 2, and then we'll go from there, 16, 8, 4, and so on. So without further ado, first up we have Dad from Elevation Diecasts in his 06 GTO going up against Marco Polo in his 86 T-Bird over here in lane 2. Okay, next up, representing Raw Sun God Racing in that 67 Chevy C10 pickup, we have Lady Apotheca. And in lane 2, representing Bavarian Diecast Racing, we have Marcus, one of three of his cars that he sent in that 13 Mustang. So let's see which one of these two lays down the quicker time. Okay, next up we've got Cash Money himself in that 13 Mustang in lane 1, and Mad Mike with Madman Racing in that S10 Pro Stock pickup truck. Let's see what we got time-wise. Alright, next up we've got Jason Miles at Milestone Racing in his GTO in lane 1, and Arlo Racing in his 13 Mustang. Let's see what these two guys got going on tonight. Smoking times. Alright, next up with Oregon Outcast, we have Ragin' Ricky in that S10 pickup truck in lane 1, and driving that Studebaker Champ, we have Nikki Chicky with, that is Rabbit Badger Racing in lane 2. Let's see what they'll do. Okay, next up we have Kitterman Speed Shop in lane 1 in the 86 T-Bird, and representing Variant Skunk Works in the C10 Chevy, we have Sheridan. Let's see which one's going to be the fastest. Okay, next up we got representing Chase Family Racing in lane 1, Mad Jax in that 13 Mustang Pro Stock. And over here in lane 2 we got Atomic Bob driving that Willys. See which one's quicker. Alright, next up we have in lane 1 Zamac Speed Shop in that GTO. And in lane 2 Vapor Racing, Sneaky Bob driving a Mustang. So which one's quicker? Good times, great race. Coming up next, we have in lane 1 Blue Line Racing with the 2013 Mustang Pro Stock, and driving that 2010 Chevy Camaro Pro Stock Zizzer Prime. See which one's quicker. Okay, well this is quite the coincidence. Just totally random number pulls here, and happens to pair up a couple of Corvairs. In lane 1 we've got Sneaky Bob Vapor Racing, and in lane 2 we've got Numbskull. See which one of these is quicker. Good race. Okay, well, my luck. I get to run up against the Blue Line Buzzsaw here in lane 1 in the second car, and my Pro Stock Firebird Mustang. I think I know which one's gonna be quicker. Okay, we got a classic Hot Nuts matchup here. In lane 1 we've got Dutch Clutch Racing, Dutch Vandershift versus representing Hot Nuts Diecast Zippin' Zeke and his Camaro. Mustang versus Camaro. See which one's quicker. Ooh, good race. Alright, next up we got Atomic Bob in that 40 Ford pickup truck, lane 1, and Diecast Show Customs Mustang, lane 2. Which one's quicker? Alright, this time we have Boggs Family Racing in that S10 in lane 1, and Oregon Outcast, Raging Ricky, at Willys in lane 2. See how quick they are. Okay, next up in the blocks we've got Yo Tang in that 88 T-Bird. And then in lane 2 in the Copo Camaro we've got Mad Mike. Let's see what we got. All right, we got Just in Time Racing in lane 1 in that Mustang, driven by Cole Blackheart. And then representing Elevation Diecast in lane 2, we have Isaiah's race team. See how quick they are. Next up we have Raw Sun God in that Chevy C10 7 Chevy, and we have Bavarian Diecast in the GTO. Let's see what they'll do. Alright, we got Raw Sun God in that Mustang in lane 1, and Brumman Howell Racing in the pickup truck. Super tuned. Okay, next up in the blocks we've got Fool's Errand Racing in that 40 Ford pickup truck in lane 1, and Live Young Diecast in the Corvair in lane 2. See which one's quicker. Ooh, good race. Okay, next up we have Sinestro in that 73 Plymouth Duster, beautiful car, and then Jason Miles, Milestone Racing, and the 06 GTO. Let's see which one's quicker. Next up in lane 1 we've got RC Addicts driving an 86 T-Bird, and Variant Skunk Works in the 06 GTO, lane 2. Let's see that quickness. Alright, we got Sparky Racer in the Camaro in lane 1, and for Variant Skunk Works in the Chevy, we have Laura. Let's see which one's quicker. Alright, next up we've got for Chase Family Racing, Thunder Girl driving that VW Fastback, And we got Bavarian diecast in the Dodge Neon, lane 2. Okay, we've got Dog Squab racing now in lane 1 in that Willys, and Polo racing in the 010 Camaro Dragster. Let's see what we got. Okay, next up, got myself driving that S10 pickup truck defending the home turf here. Hot Nuts Diecast, Moonshine Speedway. And taking on Filipiak Performance Diecast. That's Thomas Filipiak. See which one's quicker. Oh yeah. Next up we got Flips Racing. I believe that's Keith there now in lane 1. And we've got Brumenhau Racing in lane 2. We got a Mustang versus another Firebird Pro Stock. Let's see which one's quicker. And by the way, that's the new low ET set there by Flip, and a new track record. Good job. Next up in the blocks, we got that Copo Camaro being driven by Zamac Speed Shop, and the Dodge Neon being driven by Diecast Show Custom. Okay, next up we got a couple of Camaros going at it. In lane 1, we got Dog Squab Racing. And in lane 2, Zizzer Prime. Dog Squab taking it. Alright, next up in lane 1 in that VW Fastback, we got Rabbit Badger Racing Decon. And then in lane 2, we've got Numbskull in that beautiful 86 T-Bird. Let's see what they'll do. Alright, in lane 1 we've got Yo Tang and his other 88 T-Bird, and then we've got Cash Money Boys Patrick Rodriguez driving that other Mustang. Let's see what they'll do. Alright, this is it. The final 2 cars to run here in round 1. Boy, it's been a long race. This is a lot of cars, but it's been fun. We got Atomic Bob in the 40 Ford pickup truck and Arlo in his Dodge Neon. Let's see it. My apologies, that's Sparky Racer in the 40 Ford, not Atomic Bob. Arlo, regardless, lane 1. Let's see what he does. Alright, well, I appreciate y'all's patience. That's the end of round 1. As you can probably notice, I had to scrap the whole gimbal idea. That thing was overheating and it just didn't like landscape mode for long periods of time. So it started giving me problems, messed up some of my footage. I had to start over. Then my SD card was full and it was just a myriad of technical difficulties, but finally got this thing posted. Appreciate y'all's patience hanging out, and we'll get round 2 going here shortly. Hope to have that up in the next day or 2. Once again, thank you for watching. We'll be in touch real soon. Craigster Sr. checking out.